Howdy, folks. Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And it's that time again. It's Beer 30. Let's go. This episode's selection is Elysian Dragonstooth Stout. And even if it was not an outstanding beer, you would almost have to buy that just for the label. I mean, that's just cool. And I've been saving this for a special occasion. As you're going to see, you can see back there on the table, I am preparing my new Greyhawk campaign, World of Greyhawk campaign for Dungeons & Dragons. I'm going to DM down the road. Our current DM is going to DM 3.5 for the foreseeable future, but then once that's over, or he wants a break or whatever, then I will take over and I will do first/second edition Greyhawk. And this is what happens back there, when a maniac decides to do a project. And I think I've shown before that, what's the best way to put this? I guess OCD is the best way to categorize it. When someone who's OCD decides that they're going to tackle something, they have to get everything organized. They have to get all of their materials. They can't do it halfway. They can't do it half-assed. They've got to do it 100% complete. I had to go and buy materials to be able to do maps and all that stuff, and I get it all laid out and get in the right frame of mind to dive in, because I know that once I start, I'm going to be obsessed with it, and I'm going to work on it and work on it and work on it until I'm exhausted every night. It'll be fun, but I know that's my personality. I know that's how I'm going to be. So I'm going to put in here, after we're going to talk a little bit about this selection here for the beer, and then I'm going to show you guys a quick clip. I took with my phone, I took a shot of all that so you can kind of see everything that's there, everything that's involved with my creative process. So back to this, the beer for Beer 30, the Elysian Dragonstooth Stout. This, I have had this before. This is one of the beers that I had when we were on vacation, back whenever the hell that was. I can't even remember when we took vacation now. Anyway, back when we were on vacation earlier this year, we were up in one of the forests up in Washington State with a close friend of ours, and we went out for the day and everything, and we ended up at this little kind of a burger bar type place or whatever, and they had this on draft, and I had to try it, and it was freaking amazing. It's one of my favorite stouts, and when I saw it, when I was loading up to buy beer to bring back, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get a lot of this stuff, I made sure I had to get it. And once I saw the label, because I hadn't even seen the label when I had it at the beer bar, once I saw the label, I was like, well, even if it sucked, I'd buy it just for the label, just for the bottle, But anyway, so I already know it's fantastic, but here we go. That is how any good true stout should taste, right there. If you remember, if you have been watching my Beer 30s for a while, you will remember that there was a Rogue from Rogue Brewing, Rogue Double Chocolate Stout in a red bottle. That one, these are equally good. The only difference between the two is with the Rogue Double Chocolate Stout, there was that additional flavor of the chocolate. You could actually definitely taste dark chocolate in the beer. This is basically, it tastes exactly the same. It's just as good without that extra note of flavor. And you don't need it. I mean, if you're in the mood for something different, you want to have the double chocolate stout or whatever, that's fine. It'll definitely fill the bill. This is top notch on the, as far as I'm concerned, on the dark beer category, stouts and porters and all that stuff. So anyway, cheers. I hope it's Sunday, and it's football Sunday, of course. That's why I got the old Raiders thing going here. They're not doing half bad, you know. They were close to beating the Broncos. They should have won that game, but that's a whole other video. But anyway, cheers. I hope you're drinking something good and refreshing. I did want to talk before I'll tell you what. I will edit in. Here's the video of the table with all the accoutrements and everything. Here you go. Well, it has officially begun. I have officially started working on my new Greyhawk campaign for Greyhawk's Tavern here. We have someone else that's DMing right now, 3.5 D&D, and when he is finished DMing, I will be taking over doing my Greyhawk. I call it my first/second edition Greyhawk campaign, because I use some things from second edition and primarily first edition. But I wanted to show what it is that what goes into it, what all I use to create my campaign. I knew that it was going to be a massive undertaking, but I figured I better get it on film so that I could show. Here you have just one map. This is just one map of the Flan S, which is the game world for World of Greyhawk. And then you have all the different box sets, and you have the hardbound book, and of course I have some specialty dice there for generating different odd things for when I'm creating, whether it's going to be dungeons or overland adventures or whatever. And I've got my templates there for map making and different maps and things like that, and of course plenty of dice. And to kick it off, I had to have a special brew, which you will be seeing a little bit more of if you have not already, depending on how I edit this. You may have already seen that beer at the beginning of this video for Beer 30. So anyway, just wanted to show what it looks like when I decide to dive into doing a campaign. Catch you guys on the flip side. Okay, so that just shows you my process, kind of. You can get an idea of my process there. I've got all my different Greyhawk materials. That doesn't even show the modules that that I have, that I'm going to insert in the campaign, because I didn't want to give it, because I know a lot of my players, the people that are going to play this campaign, are going to watch this video, and I don't want them to have any spoilers at all. There is nothing in there, in that little snippet there, that gives anything away. So there might be a couple of teasers there, but there's certainly no spoilers. So, and we'll see if anybody can figure out what I'd say there's at least 2 teasers that are in that little video I just showed you there. So anyway, on a whole nother note, let's completely change gears here. And this is kind of an important one. I found out today by watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Boogie2988, and those of you, I mean, he's got almost 3 million subscribers, so I know a lot of you know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, you might want to check out his channel. Boogie has, and that's what everybody calls him, he has an amazing channel. He covers gameplay. He does skits where he plays a character called Francis, and now that I've said Francis, a lot of other ones that maybe didn't know what his channel name was, you probably do know who Francis is. It's a character that he plays. Anyway, good channel, great channel. But I found out by watching one of his videos that another one of the YouTubers that inspired me to start my channel, his name, he goes by TotalBisquit. And he is one of the best, if not the best, games commentators on YouTube. He does it professionally. He announces esports when they have teams playing esports at a venue for prize money. He's one of the guys that actually covers the event, that does the announcing for the event. He's a professional. And he also has this channel that he does where he does gameplay reviews, and he does, you know, different gameplay, just gameplay videos in general. And he also does a vlog and all that. Well, he has been battling cancer. He's only 31 years old. He's a young man, but he's been battling cancer. He went through the chemo, everything else. It went into remission, but unfortunately, we found out that it has returned, and it is now affecting other parts of his body, and his prognosis is not good. So I just wanted to take a moment to say, and I don't know if he'll ever see this video. I hope he does. If you do, I just want you to know you are one of the inspirations for me starting my channel. I have, you know, just a crappy little channel. I've got less than 500 subscribers, but I have a lot of fun with it. I really enjoy it. I've made a lot of good, you know, contacts through having the channel. I have friends on Steam now that I would never had before, all because of my YouTube channel. And I would aspire at some point to continue to grow and everything. And if that happens, TotalBisquit is one of the reasons that I will have to thank him, along with Boogie2988, Trade Chat, and Dodger. Those are the 4 YouTubers that I saw originally, and between all 4 of them, I got inspired to do my own channel. And so, if any of you know TotalBisquit or know his channel or whatever, unfortunately, that's the bad news. We should all be rooting for him. He's a strong guy. He made it go into remission once. Let's hope that he can battle through this thing and have one of those miracle recoveries. He's a young, strong guy. Hopefully, he can beat this thing again and carry on. So, I hate to put a downer on this video, but I thought it was important to talk about that. So, to John, TotalBisquit, cheers, mate. So, that's it for this video. Talked a little bit about Greyhawk campaign. I will probably do some other videos and I'll talk as I progress through this thing. I may try and figure out a way to where I can, you know, get my players to give me their word that they won't watch the videos if I talk about it, so that I can go in a little bit more detail and there won't be any spoilers and all that type of stuff. So we'll see. But until next time, guys, we'll catch you on the flip side.